Hi, I'm Byron Henry, and I want to discuss a little bit about the chakras today, and about energy in general, about karma and energy return, and how our body works with us. So to start off, the chakras, what it is it's an electromagnetic light kind of funnels, I guess you could say, that it comes in through our crown, through our head, and carries down through the body, and it passes through our brain. Now, the biggest thing to understand about this, that I want to discuss about it, is that the nervous system of our body is completely tied in with our chakras and with our meridians. And the meridians are just those little veins that you see that in the pictures of the chakras that basically the energy flows through. Now, what happens is that when you have a flow of magnetism with the electricity, the magnetism going through the body, you also have the cellular system, the nervous system, moving with that at the same time. So you're getting, like, because with magnetism, with electricity, you can't have magnetism without electricity. You can't have electricity without magnetism. The two are hand in hand. So you have electric wire, you're also going to have magnetism field around that. The same as with your body, you have an electrical flow going through your nervous system, and that's also going to be your aura or your chakras. Now, basically when you manifest something, when you want something to happen in your life, you intend upon it. You intend upon what you want to achieve or do in an open way, in a relaxed way, non-controllingly to another, because you understand their position and you want your intention to be that of freedom. And so as you intend upon that, what happens is within your brain this is happening, and it sends that signal out into the matrix around you, into the fourth dimension. Like the third dimension is what we see with our eyes, is the height and width and depth. The fourth dimension, you hear people speaking the fourth dimension, is basically just the movement. Some people call it time, but it's not really time, because time is an illusion. And really what's happening with time is you just have movement. Things are moving, and people call that time because they say, oh, it takes this long for this to move to here. But really, if you're completely immersed in the moment, meditatively, you realize that it's just movement. There's really no time. So basically, you intent upon what you wish to be happening freely, and the particles that make up the third dimension are an auto-consciousness. It's an ultra-consciousness, a consciousness, that's not working like your brain. It's working at an ultimately conscious level, because each atom, which is incredibly small, is working in proximity to the other atoms. So you're basically getting, your pure intention thought form is coming out into the surroundings around you through the chakra system, through your brain, and then you're getting movement occurring around you with circumstances and things. Now, the very interesting thing about this is that it interacts with other people. And so that's where we have to watch that and understand that. That's often why sometimes people get into arguments, fights, things don't work out, and sometimes they are working out a lot better, just simply because of intentions that people are making sure that we have an awareness of the other's intention is not colliding with ours. Because what happens here is the chakras really, when they come into the fourth dimension, or come in from the third dimension to the next, it's really all combined with everyone else's chakras. And it's very interesting, because each person's world that they're creating is really created with other people's worlds all on the planet. So for example, an example of how you could have a circumstance where one person is doing something and another person is doing the other. Somebody wants to call you. They call you on their telephone. It seems to be going through to them. They figure, well, it's going to be going through, it's ringing or whatever. But it actually cannot be necessarily ringing on your phone. And then that's hard to believe. Like, why is that? It's actually because maybe you weren't intending that day that you wanted to receive the call. You weren't thinking about it. You were intending differently. The actual phone call can, in three-dimensional reality, can be cooped on the line through. So that this is why when we have things around the world that have happened, and the difficulty to explain why these things happened, this is the answer to why they happen. Why we can't explain them, but why they happen. Has to do with particles moving. It's because somebody intends that. The phone call goes through. It sounds like it's ringing on his phone, on the phone, but then on the other side, it's not actually ringing. And so you're like, I didn't get the call. And they're like, well, I called you. Why? And there you go. So that's what's actually happening. And so it's in this matrix. Everybody's heard of the matrix, and they refer to it as a matrix, but it's a living consciousness. You know, it's alive, a lot of consciousness around. But in this auto-consciousness, in this matrix, people are all having this situation happening for each other, and then it's all being combined into one. So it's working together like that. And the more that you play with that, the more you're able to see kind of how that actually works. So, you know, that's basically it. The more that you can look after your body, the more that you can balance the inners of your body, and keep them what we call fractal, golden mean ratio, basically not having any compression, not having any resistance in your body. The more that you're able to be balanced and perceive your intention correctly, so that over time you know what you're intending, you're not getting confused at, you know, oh my God, something's looking, something's like, because it's karma. You see, like, for example, something that can easily happen to somebody happened to me plenty of times in the past. That's why I'm discussing this, because I went through it myself and I've realized it myself. And you can have plenty of circumstances where, with karma, where you want to do something but you don't realize it's a little controlling. It's because there's pressure in your body. That's why it's very good to eat well. Fresh coconuts, water, aloe vera, all these things for your body. Fresh spring water takes the pressure off you, so that you don't feel that control, that aggression or control. Because what happens is, if you do that, then the karma reflection. See, karma is simply reflection, comes back to your body. Is that reflection comes back to your body, and then you basically are nervous. You're like, oh my God, why did this happen? It's coming, it's crunching down on me, it's coming at me. But really, it's just your own energy. It's just your own self. And it just has to do with getting to know yourself and getting to heal your body to realize that. That's why some people feel like they're being guided around or controlled around in life. Other people realize, well, I'm making my life day to day and month to month. So that's really like the whole kind of lowdown that I wanted to go through, basically explaining how this is happening. And I think I'm covering most of the basic points here, that it is electromagnetic. If you look up on the internet, the Metatron's cube, named after the angel Metatron. I guess that's why they do it. And you look up the flower of life. Flower of life is a very simple one, and you can find that on the internet anywhere. And this is the structure that makes up the plane, that makes up the third dimension, the fourth dimensional reality that I'm talking about here, the matrix. And the more that you have yourself aligned with that, because your body has that flower of life, has that structure inside of you, it's an implosion process. I did a little article on that on my, we can find it on my Facebook page. There's an article on that, and that I did on that, basically stating the same stuff. But it's an implosion process, not explode, but implode. In other words, going inward. And what it does is the golden mean ratio goes inward infinitely, and that's what allows all this to be possible. How certain things can fit inside other things and blah blah blah. It's because of the way that ratio works, that works like that. So the idea is you try to get your body out of pressure, and in really healing, is really that simple. Some people might think, well, we need this, we need that, all very complicated. But all you really need is a relaxed and healthy lifestyle where you just learn how to rest your body, remove the pressure from your body, and eat in a way that doesn't put pressure in your body, no chemical food and things like that. And you just relieve the pressure from within. As you relieve pressure from within, it's a very scientifically logical and simple. You get a structure in your body where everything communicates, Like when you're, for example, you really know that things are healing if you notice that you're being able to communicate more. Like I've noticed this with myself as I said, I just discuss what I do month to month because I've gone through it myself. And it was no fun. At one time it was a difficult road, but I went through it myself. And if you just notice that you're communicating better with your surroundings, you don't feel like you want to argue with a person. You realize, I see where they're coming from. I don't want to move their intention, shift what they're doing. You're realizing more your position to things. That means communication is working outside your body. But that's because communication is working also inside your body, that's working outside your body like that. Because it makes sense. Like, if you want a part of your body to heal, the communication system to the brain and the body has to be working in order to see where to get that. Or to have your immune system working, for example. Well, it's the same thing that, it has to know where's the virus trying to get in, or what's going on in your body. So the communication system in your body has to be working to get your body healthy. And it's the same thing as communicating outside. So if you notice that you're communicating well on the telephone to people, you're communicating well in person, you're not having problems, probably in your body, it's also kind of a similar thing happening. And that brings me to a point, I just forgot what it was, but anyways, I don't think it was too major. Anyway, that pretty much is what I wanted to discuss, so you can kind of understand what the chakras are. They're just bent funnels, kind of like they're just bent funnels in the matrix energy that comes into your body. It's electromagnetic. It's no secret. It's not like what's the energy that makes up the chakras? It must be a big secret. It's not really. It's electromagnetic light particle pattern in a golden mean ratio, basically. That is like, for example, with the magnetism, you might say, well, you say it's magnetism, but why am I not sticking to metal? Well, it's because it's balanced magnetism. And that just means that, the two poles of the magnets are vibrating, magnetism is vibrating infinitely on itself. So that's why it's a sound plane, a magnetism plane, and a light plane. It's particle pockets, basically. Very miniature little particle pockets that are vibrating. So that's why you're not going to get, you're not going to notice it, because if that's what electricity is. Like, inside everything is electricity. It's like white. Like Neo in the Matrix, it's all white, but you can't see that with your eyes because it's fitted inside these particle pockets, basically. But it's magnetism, so it's pretty simple. Anyway, so I think that pretty much explains it, how the matrix works, kind of how your chakras are working, how you can intend to do things. But as I said, without the body working, without your internals of your body working, it's almost near to impossible to be able to intend very strongly and clearly in your life and balance. So you really got to look after the body. But that's how it's working, with your body and the magnetism around and the particles and other people's realities. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed the video and got something from it, and I'll see you in the next video I do.